Earlier today, I was on a call with one of my closest friends and creators who I work with. I've helped him make around $500,000 in the past 3 months. He calls me up. He's like, yo, bro, I've been crashing the fuck out over the past couple of days. Me and my best friend smoked up. We played Rocket League and we gambled and lost like 4 figures. Just for reference, I've helped them make around $1 million, give or take, in the past like maybe 6 to 12 months. They have hundreds of thousands of followers across platforms. They've helped their students make lots and lots of money online. And they're over here crashing out, losing money gambling, smoking up, playing Rocket League, linking back up with their exes. I should probably double check with them before I post this. Yeah, the reason why I say this is like on social media, there are these people we look up to, whoever it is, Iman Gadzhi, Brez Scales, whoever you look up to in the internet money space, TJR, whatever, very materially successful individuals, cool people. And you kind of put them on this pedestal. You look up to them as if they're some sort of god. I'm here to tell you, you're no different than them. And you're like this close to a massive fucking breakthrough that'll get you to wherever you've always dreamed of getting to. Now, to actually get to this breakthrough, you're not gonna get there the way you think and the way you've been advertised online on how you're gonna get there. And I can tell you that from my own experience. Around 2 years ago, I kind of got into this internet money space. Not even 2 years ago, it was like a year and 9 months or so. I decided not to go to college. I was in my mom's basement, worked all day, bought a bunch of courses, and I was like, I'm gonna make this work. And kind of the dream you're sold on, like this breakthrough happening, is like you're gonna make one switch and it'll unlock all this growth, and all of a sudden you'll hit 10K per month or whatever your goal is. But that's not really how it works, at least most of the time. Most of the time, it's not how it works. It's actually a long, gradual, slow buildup of things that you're not even gonna notice it at first. And then all of a sudden you're gonna be in this position and you're gonna be like, how the fuck did I get here? You're gonna look back over the months you've spent just locked the fuck in behind a computer screen. And you're gonna realize there's no like one big shift that got you there. It's actually all these little micro things you do. And the reason why I started this video with that story of my friend and creator who I work with who's crashing out, because what matters isn't the output. What matters is the inputs. There are materially successful people who you look up to and you're like, holy shit, they're like this god. But in my eyes, if you have less material success than them, but on a day-to-day level, you're putting in the inputs. You're waking up early, you're going to the gym, you're taking a cold shower, you decide not to eat the junk food and you eat the clean food instead. You go for a walk or a run, you meditate, you put in your 6 to 10 plus hours of work, and you're stacking that undeniable proof of doing what you say you're gonna do. In my eyes and from my experience, that's what makes you successful and not the outcomes. And then what'll happen is you just keep doing that same shit over and over and over and over, and it's gonna feel like nothing's happening, but you just don't see it, right? It's a lagging indicator, right? You do stuff now, you see no immediate impact, but what you don't realize is it's all building up behind the scenes, right? You're building up all this momentum. And that's why so many people quit, is because they put in the inputs, they don't see anything happen. They're like, why isn't this working for me? What you don't realize is stuff is happening. You just can't see it yet. And you just need to keep plowing through. Just relentless willpower. Just fucking drive through this shit. And then eventually you'll start to see these tiny wins compound. Okay, boom, this person responded to my first outreach. I closed my first client. I made my first dollar online, and just stack these wins. But all of those wins come down to you putting in the inputs, and that's where the real wins come from, right? Is what you can control. You can't control if you make 10K per month, but what you can control is I'm gonna send 100 outreach messages, or I'm gonna post 100 pieces of content. Or I'm gonna wake up at 5 a.m. every single day. I'm gonna go to the gym every single day, right? That's what you can control, and that's what dictates your success, right? Your actions are what dictate your success, not the outputs or what happens to you, right? That's the other thing, is there are plenty of materially successful people, they have all this stuff around them, but maybe they got lucky, right? Can you repeat your success? What if you lose it all? That is a much worse position to be in, right? Once you make it and then it gets taken away from you, that's a much worse position to be in than never having it in the first place. And I always told this to myself, like, I want to be undeniable. I don't want to find success and then maybe it came from luck, or maybe I can't replicate it, right? I always wanted it to be like, when I make it, my proof and evidence to myself is like so solid where I know I could repeat this. And if anybody attacks you for any type of material success you have, it just like bounces off you because you know it's not true. Like, you know that you put in the inputs and you know you earned it. Like, you're reaping the fruits of your labor, and it wasn't just like bestowed upon you. I mean, it's a little bit of both. It's like you accept the gifts that the world gives to you, but you're putting your own energy out into the universe, because if you're not putting energy into shit, the money's not going to flow to you. Money flows to you equivalently to whatever energy you put into whatever you're doing. And that's a big thing I notice about all these companies I see around me blowing the fuck up. One of them, they're called WAP. You're probably familiar with them. Iman Gadzhi actually just made a big investment in WAP. They're a great company. I made them a lot of money from the money I processed through them. When I look at WAP and I see them blowing the fuck up, I see them being like the next Facebook, and like the founder's like a mini Mark Zuckerberg. And I look at all this smart, bright, talented people just pouring so much heart, soul, and energy into that company. And that's like what I've noticed about every other successful venture or individual solopreneur that I've seen, is they just pour so much energy into whatever they're doing. And like, it's very unlikely that you're gonna see the success you're looking for if you're just like flaccid. If you're just like complacent, you're not pouring that energy. You're not like high testosterone out here fucking spamming outreach, getting rejected every day, like going through that trail of no's in order to get to the yes, right? You need to do that, right? Maybe you can get there without doing it, but can you keep it and can you scale it up from there? Probably not. At least that's been my experience, is probably not. So focus on the inputs, and eventually you'll get to the point where you're like, oh shit, I didn't have any breakthrough, like it just happened. And all of a sudden I'm here, and when I look at my life now, I'm like, damn, this is what I fucking prayed for years ago. Like, I never thought I'd be here, let alone this fast. But just know that it will happen. It will work out if you work. The people you see online, they're no different than you. And I say that genuinely, they're no different than you. 3 years ago, I was a stupid high school kid. I didn't even like care about money at all. I didn't even know like fucking money existed. Like I just didn't care about it. I drank. I'd go to school drunk literally some days. I smoked a lot. I was like pretty introverted and socially awkward. I mean, I definitely had things going for me, but like I had a lot of fucking flaws. I still have flaws. Now I'm like making multiple six figures a year in profit as a 19-year-old. I moved out of my parents' house. I'm meeting cool people in a brand new city. I'm impacting tons of lives. I've helped multiple creators build multiple 6 and 7 figure businesses. Like, we live in a crazy gold rush opportunity right now. And many of the creators who you see online making this money, the exit velocity is always the hardest part, getting from 0 to 1. But once you've made like the first proof of concept, it's so easy to cruise. It's so like, this internet money world, it's so easy. Once you make that first 6 figures profit, just to cruise 7 figures profit a year, so easy. But getting out of there, getting from 0 up to that's the hard fucking part. But then all these people you see there, 6, 7 figures, once they're there, they're just kind of like cruising. They're not putting in crazy inputs. And like the little competitive side of me is always like, okay, I'm never gonna fucking get complacent. Like, once I get there and I have those blessings, I have that money flowing to me, I'm not just gonna sit back and take it in and relax. Like, I'm gonna keep fucking putting the pressure on. And also, like, over time, you'll start to develop more and more of a love for the game rather than just like focusing on the outcome. You're gonna start to love, like, have this weird fucking like fetish for pain, or you wake up and you like look forward to like, oh, what are the problems I'm gonna have to solve and the glass I'm gonna have to chew today. If there's one thing I want you to take away from this, is that you are successful the day you say you are. And you need to be able to actually believe it when you tell yourself. If you say I'm successful, but then you like slept in, you took edibles last night, you ordered Buffalo Wild Wings, you don't actually feel that. You don't, like, when you tell yourself you're successful, like, you know you're lying to yourself. But if you're consistent every single day, you hit the gym every single day, and you build this trust in yourself, like, that's the biggest thing, is that you trust yourself. The biggest way to trust yourself is do the things you say you're gonna do. And you tell yourself you're successful, you're gonna actually believe it. You're gonna start to stack that until your internal success turns into external success, and you'll start to see it materialize around you with the actions you take. So yeah, I hope you got some sauce from this. Much love, everybody. Peace.